All right, if you're a social media manager, you know that feeling, right? You look up and where did the day go? It just vanishes. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to break down a full system, from the big picture ideas all the way down to the nitty-gritty tactics, all designed to help you get those hours back. We're talking about turning that daily chaos into a smooth, predictable workflow. Sound familiar? You're juggling platforms, you're trying to get approvals, you're logging in, logging out over and over again. It's just exhausting. Look, you're not alone in this, and here's the thing. It's not your fault. It's actually built right into the job itself. And that's the core of it, really. Social media work is all about interruptions. You've got last-minute promos, customer DMs you have to answer, the algorithm doing its weird thing. So here's the key takeaway. You're never going to get rid of the interruptions. It's impossible. But what you can do is build a system that can handle them, that's resilient to all that chaos. Okay, so let's actually build that system. And it's not about working harder, grinding more hours. It's about understanding two fundamental principles that are going to let you work so much smarter. You know, this whole strategy really just comes down to two simple but super powerful ideas. First up is batching. This means you group all your similar tasks together so you can just get into that flow state and knock them out. Second, automation. You find every single repetitive click you make during the day and you let a tool do it for you. Seriously, if you can master these two things, that is the foundation for getting your time back. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Let's break down a few really practical tactics that you can put into action, like today. And it doesn't matter what tools you're using right now. First up, you need a pipeline. Think of it as your first line of defense against all that chaos. So what does that look like? Well, first you define your content themes. That makes planning feel like plug and play. Then you build an asset library, a home for all your captions, visuals, hashtags, so you're not digging through folders for that one image ever again. Then you use bulk uploads to schedule your entire week's worth of content in just one go. And finally, you set up simple approval rules, no more bottlenecks. This is exactly how you stop the daily scramble and replace it with one focused session a week. Next, we go on a hunt for all those tiny, repetitive tasks that just eat up your day. You know what I'm talking about. Manually shortening links, resizing images, pulling reports. These are perfect candidates for automation. Think about it. Setting up automatic UTM tagging, that doesn't just save you a few seconds here and there. It saves you hours of trying to clean up messy data down the road. Same thing with social listening alerts. Why spend 20 minutes a day searching for your brand when you can just have the notifications come straight to you? All right, this next one, this is where your time savings start to get exponential. We're talking about templates. A really solid template saves you work every single time you use it. When you create stuff like hashtag banks for each platform, or you have these pre-written skeletons for your promo posts, you stop reinventing the wheel. And all that brain power you save, you can now spend it on what really matters, making great content even better. Okay, let's talk about the big one, the absolute #1 productivity killer for pretty much every social media pro I know. If you manage more than one account, for clients, for different brands, whatever, this next part, this is going to be your new superpower. Yeah, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Juggling all those client pages, different creator profiles, maybe some test accounts. It's a total nightmare of logging in, logging out, and constantly worrying that some platform is going to flag you for suspicious activity. So the solution is a type of tool you might not even know exists. It's called a cloud browser. And the concept is really simple, but honestly, it's a game changer. Imagine each browser tab you open is its own, completely separate, isolated little world. What does that mean? It means you can be logged into 5 different Instagram accounts at the exact same time in the same window with absolutely zero conflicts. And a perfect example of a tool that's built for exactly this problem is Sendwin. I mean, it's designed from the ground up to solve that multi-login chaos that social media managers are dealing with every single day. So let's break down what those features actually mean for you in the real world. Session isolation, that means a much lower risk of getting your accounts flagged or banned. One-click switching, that saves you from that soul-crushing routine of logging in and out all day long. And sharing a session instead of a password with your team, come on, that's a massive upgrade for your workflow and your security. And you know, this isn't just for social media managers. Think about it. An agency trying to juggle a dozen client accounts, or an e-commerce seller running multiple different shops, they're all living in the exact same multi-login nightmare. Basically, for any professional out there who needs separate, secure online identities, this is the answer. Okay, so let's put this all together. What does your week actually look like when you combine these strategies with the right tools? Let's paint a picture. This right here, this is the dream. This is what it all leads to. We call it the 2-hour Monday. Just imagine one single focused block of time, maybe 2 hours, to plan and schedule your entire week. Then the rest of your days, they just become these short strategic check-ins for engagement and a little bit of optimization. You go from constantly putting out fires to finally being in control. So when you put all of these pieces together, the batching, the automation, the smart multi-login management, what you get is something much bigger than just a few saved hours. What it creates is a strategic asset. I mean, the teams that are really winning on social media, they're the ones who can plan, test, and adapt the fastest. By getting rid of all that drag on your workflow, you're giving yourself the gift of speed and focus. And that's when time becomes your secret weapon, your unfair advantage. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. After everything we've talked about, what is the number one biggest time sink in your week right now? And more importantly, what's the one change you can make starting today to get that time back?